Hi, everyone. My name is John Childress, and I am the founder of Simi Paranormal. We are a paranormal group based out of Southern California. I started this group several years ago. We were all on another Facebook page talking about paranormal stuff. And of course, the naysayers and the critics and everybody started jumping in. And so I went off to the side, created a new Facebook page. Within about a week, we had 50 members, and I was all excited. I told my daughter, I said, gosh, you got 50 members. Right now, we currently stand at a little over 2,500 members on this Facebook page. So if you are interested, you can look up Simi Valley Paranormal. It is an invite page. You have to sign up, and I have to sign you in. So we keep the group how we want it. And we talk about everything. We talk about the paranormal, UFOs, cryptozoology, time travel, just all the aspects of the unknown. And so I thought I'd start this YouTube channel and try to put up a video every week and talk about the paranormal and some of my thoughts on it and about investigations and whatnot. Today I'm going to start out with what is the paranormal? And so we'll go ahead and get started with that. So what is paranormal? Many of us yearn to experience something out of the ordinary, and ghosts are just one of the facets of the paranormal that include UFOs, monsters, ESP angels, and the spiritual dimensions. The realm of spirit is vast and includes angels, demons, gods, and goddesses, as well as beings that have evolved beyond their physical selves to become pure spirit. And all of these can inhabit universes that coexist with ours, but of which we are unaware in our normal course of events. So we're all about finding the answers. So meeting a ghost can seem like a rite of passage, a first step into a larger, more profound world, and many of us can't wait for it to happen. Perversely, this anxiety can actually inhibit our perspective of the unexplained. If we feel impatient waiting for something spooky to happen to us, we should take comfort in the fact that we are all, right now, experiencing an even greater mystery, the process of creation. Now, some of us take the creation stories literally, others may say they're merely metaphors. Even modern science is lost in a confusion of exotic theories when it comes to answering the most fundamental questions. How does anything exist at all? Ghosts, the underlying spirits of human beings, have journeyed into a realm beyond the physical world and have gained a unique insight into the mysteries of life and death. If we could contact them, surely they would teach us at least some of the ultimate secrets. If the ghosts themselves cannot give us answers, studying their behavior should help us work it out for ourselves. As we sift through these clues, we find a very wide range of experiences are lumped together under the umbrella term ghost. So we talk about the paranormal and we talk about ghosts. I consider myself an investigator and not a ghost hunter. And a lot of people ask me what the difference is. I think ghost hunters, the term to me means that they're just people out looking for a thrill. They go to a place that's supposed to be haunted. 100 people have been there before. Maybe you've got a picture, you've got a EVP, you've got something, so you just keep going back and back and back. All you're doing then is it's like collecting pictures and never looking at them. You're not doing anything. You're just going out there. As an investigator, you have to be on both sides of the spectrum. You have to be willing to debunk something as quickly as you would call it paranormal. In fact, one person said one time that the last thing it should ever be is paranormal. You'll rule out the plumbing, the heating, the weather, the windows creaking, the animals in the attic. All those things have to be taken into consideration. I love the investigative part. I love going in. I love checking it out. I belonged to one group for just a little while, and I caught so much crap because I would be debunking pictures and, no, that's not an angel on your Ring camera. That's probably just a big moth. And people would get on me. Well, why are you here if you don't believe? What I believe as much as you do, but not everything is paranormal. It can't all be paranormal, and it's not. So you have to do the investigation. You have to put in the work. You have to know the history of where you're at. to a point. And when I say that to a point, what I mean is you don't want to go in there with a psychic, tell him everything you know, because what that does is it dilutes the evidence. You tell him, oh, a guy named Mike died here, and he starts walking around and they say, oh, I've got an M name like Mark or Mike or something like that. And you go, wow, yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, it's right, because you told him that already. I mean, it dilutes the evidence. I have a psychic I take with me on a lot of our investigations. I don't tell him anything. I don't even sometimes tell him where we're going until we get there, because I don't want him to have a chance to look it up. Then as we can confirm things, or things pop up, and we can confirm them later, we get a better understanding of whether it's working for him. One of the things, well, let me go back. So I've been studying parapsychology since the 1970s, probably maybe even a little earlier than that. And you say, well, how old are you? And I'm old enough to have been in the 1970s. So, I was in my teens, and I wasn't reading ghost stories. I don't like ghost stories. I don't like to be scared. I don't like horror movies. I don't watch any of that stuff. I watch documentaries. I was reading books by parapsychologists, and I was reading the books by, the UFOs, Chariots of the Gods, and Chariots, and I was reading books on Bigfoot, and Loch Ness Monster, and all those kind of things. And that's the part I liked. I didn't really get into the investigation portion until just recently. Like I said, our group is 2,500 people. Out of those 2,500 people, I have a group of about 6 that put together our investigation team to investigate hauntings. We do what the old Ghost Hunters was doing on TV, and we go and we'll help people. And if we can't help them, we'll tell them that. You have people that say they're haunted, and again, you can haunt yourself psychologically. I've had people bring up that there's a evil spirit that follows them everywhere. Yeah, there's probably a lot of negative energy, but that negative energy could be coming from you. It's not necessarily an evil spirit that's following you, and you can change that. You can, change your lifestyle, change your thought process, and clear those kind of things up. So again, I debunk my own stuff all the time. I have hundreds of pictures, hundreds of photographs, hours and hours and hours of EVPs. I'm sorry, not EVPs, but of audio that I might have something curious in it. And sometimes I'll go, okay, that's really, really interesting. And then other times, like I said, it's just curious. So I put it away. I have a file for just the curious stuff, and we'll get into that in the future ones. I'm going to talk about things like orbs in future videos. I'm going to talk about things like the equipment we use, how we use it, and why we use it. I'm going to talk about, we'll get into the UFOs, we'll get into the Bigfoots, we'll get into my beliefs of it. My opinions are opinions. Your opinions can be different, and that's fine. I just want to, get everybody on board with the same thing. On my group, we started talking about the Ghost Hunter shows. I finally said I quit watching them. I don't watch any of them. I don't get anything out of it. It just has turned into theatrics, and it's turned into money. And somebody said, well, if you were making the money he was making, I said, yeah, I might do it for the money he was making. But again, then you're just, you're selling out, and that's not really what it's all about if you want to do this right. So anyway, like I said, this first video was just simply to talk a little bit about it, and talk about what we think the paranormal is. Everybody's looking for an answer, and that answer is something that will be life-changing when you find it. It will just, I think we'll be shocked. I tell the spirits that we're not here to bother you. We just want to know the truth. We want to know what really happens to us in the end. And I think that's it. A lot of people ask me why I believe in the stuff I do, and I do because I want to, if that makes sense. I want to believe in it. So I believe in it. Have I ever seen a UFO? No. Have I ever seen Bigfoot? Nope. Have I ever seen a ghost? Nope. I've got some EVPs, and I've had some things happen, and I'll talk about those in future videos that are just enough to make me believe, or at least make me more curious, if that would be a better answer. I want to find out what's on the other side. I've been to a couple psychics that have hit on some things that nobody else might know, and it's very impressive. So again, and in this video also, so people have talked about why science doesn't believe in ESP, and hard science won't look into the phenomenons of ghosts and such and such. The problem with science is this, and I tell people this all the time. I said, if you take a picture of a ghost or a spirit and you show it to everybody, okay, nowadays with digital cameras and apps and everything else, there's actually a ghost app. You can put a ghost in any picture. It makes it hard to believe. Nobody will ever believe you with a videotape or a audio or a picture because they weren't there. You can confirm it to yourself because you were there and you understand what happened and what was going on around you. The idea of trying to convince anybody is just don't try. I've given up trying to convince the people that don't know. But again, you can convince yourself to look deeper into it so again, you're never going to convince anybody else that's a non-believer. But you can't think that everything's paranormal. You have to go in and you have to do your due diligence. You have to do your research. You have to take your pictures. You have to remember what was in the picture when you took it, what wasn't in the picture. Was there somebody with you? Was there somebody in the hallway maybe that you forgot was there? Was there was there mirrors? Were there windows that light could reflect off? Is it just pareidolia where you think you saw it? Did you just want to hear a noise upstairs? And that's why I kind of gave up on the ghost hunter shows. They sit there all night and they said, if you're here, make a sound so we know you're here. And then there's a loud crash, and the first thing they're doing is go, what the hell was that? What is that? And the ghost is standing there going, you asked me to make a sound. I made a sound. What are you freaking out for, guys? Come on. And that's just what I don't get. Now, you hear the sound. Your job is to go find out what that sound was. Did a pan fall off the wall? Did a picture drop because the nail came out of the wall? Did it da-da-da-da? Or was it just a big old bang that you can't explain? Big old bang you can't explain goes in the curious file, because you can't explain it. Could have been a ghost. Could have been a coincidence, right? So again, when we go out, I try to tell my people, let's all stick together. Let's not get too spread out in the room, because again, you lose track of people. You start, hearing noises and things, and it turns out to be the rest of your team. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's the first one in the series, and like I said, I will move on next week. We will do some probably some orbs, maybe pictures and orbs, and combine some of them together. I hope you all enjoyed it. Like I said, if you do, please like and subscribe and share me with your friends, and we will see you next week on Simi Valley Paranormal. Thanks. Bye.